Hey everyone. All right. You asked, you kept asking for a cook with me video. So I finally decided I'd pull out my ghetto little setup I have here. I have like a little clip that you hook to the chair and put your phone in. I pull that out and we'll do a quick cook with me video today. I don't have much time. I have lots to do on my day off. So I figured I would just bring you into my food prep area here and just say hi. It's been quite a while. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing fantastic. My daughter is 19 months old, a year and a half, and she's doing wonderful. She just passed her swim class today. She graduated. And my husband's doing well, and our dog, for those of you that follow my life, is also doing well. So no complaints. It's summer. I love the sun. I love camping. July is actually my month that I struggle the most with because I love camping so much. You know, you have barbecues, which lead to s'mores and lots of alcohol. But I'm doing well. Let's see, update on me. This past Friday when I weighed in, I was officially 60.6 pounds down from the 80 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy. Yes, I gained 80 pounds in pregnancy. My body loves to be big, it says. It also loves Wendy's Frosties. So anyway, I'm 60.6 pounds down from my 80 from pregnancy. And so I'm about 30 from my goal weight, 20 from my pre-pregnancy weight. You know, I'm not a avid runner like I was. I cycle on my Peloton and work out with my Peloton app, so we'll see if I ever get back down to my actual goal weight, but that might need to adjust. That's not set in stone. Anyway, enough about me. Today we are food prepping egg salad wraps. So my husband, I posted last night on my Instagram. If you have Instagram, I post almost daily on that. And you can follow me. I'm gonna write down my handle. I think they're called handles, right? You might not see this because it's all like on lined paper. WW Weight Watcher Stacy, S-T-A-C-Y, my last initial C. I have a friend that I played softball with, and he said it stood for, what would Stacy cook? I kind of like that, what would Stacy cook? Secret though, I don't really cook. I just put stuff together to make my life easier. That's my secret with Weight Watchers. I figure out how much food I can get for the least amount of points. I take the time to food prep, put it together so I'm not tempted by a bunch of other stuff. And I'm opening a soda, or not a soda, a bubbly. I don't drink sodas really. And that's my secret. So my husband asked the other day, I was making us lunch, and he wanted an egg salad sandwich. And I thought, gosh, I haven't had one of those in so long. How can I make this 0 points? So I made him his fattening egg salad sandwich with provolone cheese on yummy white bread. And for me, I made hard-boiled eggs, and I did sweet relish, but I get the no sugar added. I can only find this at Safeway. So if you don't have a Safeway, I don't know what to tell you, but it's amazing. No sugar added. My husband likes dill relish, so if you are a dill relish or pickle person, then you are good to go. This is 0 points. Some mustard, 0 points. And I do just a squirt of light mayo. That's 0 points, just a squirt. Don't get carried away. Mixed it all together. It was amazing, and I put it in between some Power Seed, Dave's thin sliced Power Seed bread. 2 slices for that is 3 points. That stuff's pretty good. But then I got to thinking, I could do this for my lunches. I could food prep this for my lunches. My camera is kind of cutting me off, isn't it? How can I make this more food for less points? So I'm gonna do wraps. I'm gonna use my secret, apparently I opened the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna use my tortillas. I'm gonna do 2 tortillas. So 1 point each, Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber tortillas. They are so good. They freeze well, stock up, freeze them. They're delicious. So I'm gonna do 2 tortillas, and then I'm gonna use a light Laughing Cow cheese, split that in half for each tortilla, so that's 1 point. So I'm gonna have 3 points. So my lunch is gonna be 3 points. But because it's only 3 points, I'm gonna portion out some of my very favorite chips. Salt and vinegar poppables. 15 chips for 2 points. So that's what we're working on here. I have one more egg to crack and peel, and while I do that, I'm gonna kind of chat with you. So I hard-boiled eggs early this morning. I'm kind of, I live on a schedule, as you all know, and I don't have a whole lot of time. So the hardest part about this is actually peeling these gosh darn eggs. You can get hard-boiled eggs already at the store. Costco sells a bulk pack. You can get them like already peeled at wherever, every grocery store. I don't like the taste of those. They just taste fake, I guess you would say. So for me, it's worth it to cook my own eggs and peel it. I do like my eggs on the softer side. So this is how I hard-boiled my eggs. The only real trick to finding them that peel well, which this is not even peeling well, is the older eggs peel better. So I'll buy 18 eggs this week and I'll hard-boil them next week, at least give them some time to sit. I did, I put them in a big pan, a big pot. I cover them with cold water. The more eggs you have, the more water you want covering them, okay? So I cover them with cold water. I put it on the stove and you bring it to a high rolling boil. Once it starts doing that really high rolling boil, turn off your stove. Turn off the burner and leave the eggs on the stove. And then depending on how many I cook, I like them soft yolks. So I only usually do about 8 minutes. So start the timer after you turn off the stove. If you like them on the harder side, do longer, 10, 12 minutes. You have to kind of play with it. You have to kind of sacrifice an egg to test it too until you get it down to a T. So we're gonna cut this egg open and see how I did. Almost done peeling it. Oh, lost some of the egg. I have no patience, so for peeling eggs at least, so I sometimes give up eggs. Okay, let me go rinse this real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this bad boy in half. We're gonna see how we did. Oh yeah, so these were 8 minutes. I did 18 eggs, hard-boiled 18 eggs for 8 minutes after the boil. This is how I like my eggs, but this gives you an example. See, you still got that soft yolk, okay? Now, I do 2 eggs per day, but because I lose some egg, I just threw an extra egg in there to peel. So essentially 2 eggs per day. You see this? So I have all of my hard-boiled eggs peeled in this bowl, and I'm just gonna squish it. Now, because this is 0 points, I don't really need to measure anything out except for the mayonnaise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squish all my eggs. I'm just using a fork. I'm sure there's a faster method, but this works for me. I'm gonna mix my mustard and my relish in my mix. Now, I work for the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm starving today, and since I'm already going out of my way to food prep, I'm gonna make food for today. So I made enough for 4 days worth of burritos. So I'm gonna do 2 burritos each day, as you know. I'm gonna do 8 burritos. Sorry, I was just looking in here that I love when they're this soft because then it almost is more moist. I know some people don't like that word, moist. But I was just thinking, man, this is great. You don't really even need to put the mayonnaise in. I do just because I like that moisture. But I'm going to mix the mustard and relish in this mix for all 8 burritos. And then at the very end, I'm gonna squirt just a little mayonnaise on my tortilla in my mix. That way I don't get carried away and do way too much mayonnaise and then it ends up being a point, okay? If you can't control yourself with mayonnaise, measure it out. All right, here's my mix. Can't really see it, there we go. So, all crumbled up. I have no measurements. I like my egg salad really crunchy, so I do lots of relish. I just dump. I've never made this many eggs for egg salad, so we just kind of play it by ear here. Bunch of squirts of mustard, and then of course salt and pepper, because who lives without salt and pepper? Oh yeah, I'm excited. I also like my egg mixture cold. I like my relish cold too. Does anybody else like their relish cold? I don't like pickles or relish when they're warm. Okay. And honestly, I probably don't even need to put mayonnaise in this because it's pretty moist. Love pepper. My husband, I've never seen someone love pepper so much. He'll actually take off the top at restaurants and just dump his pepper on his food. It's unreal. I thought I loved pepper. Couple more. All right. Sorry, I don't look my best. I'm actually I have some stuff to do, but I need to work out today, or I want to work out. We need to say that, right? So I'm in my workout clothes and my hair's already up and no makeup on. So this is how you get me. Okay. Look at that bad boy. That looks amazing. I'm actually gonna taste it. Now, yes, I'm gonna use the same fork that I'm gonna use to dole out my eggs on my tortillas, but they're for me. So obviously if I'm cooking for other people, I'm not gonna use the same fork, so don't make a comment and get all on my case. And yes, I'm using paper towels, and for those of you that doesn't wanna use paper towels or doesn't wanna use plastic, good for you, I support you. This is easier for me in my life. So don't comment and tell me that I'm wasting resources. Okay. This is me. If you don't like me, don't watch me. So I need 8 burritos. That's 8 tortillas. Okay, so I throw out my paper towels. And these tortillas actually came out of the freezer. I zapped them for 30 seconds. They are still cold, but it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna wrap them up. But they're pliable enough to put out here. So then I lay my tortillas out like this. And I bet you, if you are not a huge cheese person, you don't really need to add the cheese. But I love cheese. So I'm gonna go add my cheese. So I'm gonna do half for each tortilla. That way it's only 1 point total. We're gonna do cheese, and then I'm gonna go spread on my mixture. The only problem with making one big batch is you have to make sure you kind of do it evenly. I mean, it doesn't really matter points-wise, but I'm such a OCD person that I need to make sure it's even. I need one more cheese, excuse me. Mr. Ryder, are you supposed to be in the kitchen? No. Mr. Ryder, tell everybody you're not supposed to be in the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen, please. Out of the kitchen, thank you. Bed, bed. But Mom, it smells so good. Smells so good. Stinker bug. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go spread this on. Can't really see what I'm doing. Can never find a good angle for this camera. Okay. All right. Oh, I should have said this in the beginning. I forget about this. But I follow the blue plan on Weight Watchers. So I'm sorry, I don't know how many points all of this stuff is on the other colors. I'm sure we're still eating relatively healthy, so it wouldn't be too much. But this is all on blue. I'm getting used to, you know, they changed the plans when I was pregnant. And then I actually started on green because I lost my 105 pounds when I was on essentially green. The program at the time followed green. So when I started back up after I had Addison, I just followed green. And hang on, let me take a bite of this. Super good. And then I realized that whether I was following green or blue, I was eating the same things. And with green, I actually tracked more stuff. because as you know, there's less 0-point foods, but you get more food. So no matter what, I was eating the same foods, I was tracking more, and I was not having to adjust anything because I was eating the same stuff. So then I thought, well, this is silly. If I eat the same foods, I'm gonna just go back to blue because I'm eating the same things, right? And for me, on green, you know, this is what I love about Weight Watchers is it works for everybody. No matter what you want in life or what works for you weight-wise or diet-wise or lifestyle-wise, any plan works for anybody. Sorry, I put a lot of pepper in that. And that's what I love about Weight Watchers, because just because I do blue and lose weight doesn't mean someone else is gonna do blue and lose weight. Sorry, I really did put a lot of pepper in that. It tastes good though. So for me, when I was on green, I actually, because I believe eggs are points on green. Same thing with like deli meat. I was starting to discover, I did green for a month. They recommend you do it for a month. And I was starting to discover that I would choose not to eat the eggs and the chicken and the turkey because I didn't want to spend the points. So I would save the points for even more beer or a Snickers bar or whatnot. But on blue, for me, it's less tracking. And if I know that eggs are 0 points or chicken 0 points, I'm bound to make a meal that has those kind of things in it. And it just works for my lifestyle. My very best friend is on Weight Watchers. And she does green and she really likes it, and she's having great success with it, and it's amazing because it works for her. And so it's awesome to see the differences, and truly that Weight Watchers kind of hit the nail on the head when they were like, well, let's come up with a plan that all sorts of different people can follow. So I'm actually not going to put any mayonnaise in my burritos because with the cheese and the extra yummy stuff, I got plenty here. So now I'm just going to roll these guys up. 2 burritos a day. The nice thing about these is I don't need to heat them up. Being an ER nurse, I do always get a lunch. The ER that I work in, we are really good about giving lunches to nurses. So I don't like walking all the way down just to roll stuff up. I'm in leadership and I often eat at my desk. So I'd rather just eat my burritos cold or eat my food cold without having to worry about going to heat something up. So, and they're not huge burritos, but you know what? 2 eggs and some mustard and relish and tortillas and cheese is going to be plenty enough for protein. And I will show you what else I have packed in my lunch bag here. 18 minutes. Hopefully I haven't bored you. I haven't been boring. What's the proper term for that? I don't know. Okay. This one kind of got the S end of the stick. So I'm going to leave 2 out for my lunches today. And I wrap 2 up. And then I just toss them in my bags, which I will show you in just a minute. We're gonna measure out our chips next. So I have said this on my Instagram before for these chips. When I measure out my chips, I like to put them in snack size bags, not sandwich bags, because I'm very visual. And when I see a sandwich bag, if it's only half full, I'm kind of depressed. I don't have more, right? But if I'm eating a snack size bag and it's all full, I'm excited because I have a full bag of chips. Just little things that I do for me that help me mentally. You know, being a foodaholic, it really is a mental game. You know, when you're bored, when you emotionally eat, I'm not a huge emotional eater. I'm a bored eater. I'm a routine eater, so I have to have dinner. I have to have something after dinner. I have to have breakfast in my head, and it has to be a meal. I can't do these shakes and all these like other crazy diets. I have to eat real food, real substance for a meal. And that's just how I work. That's how I'm programmed, and that's okay. I just have to adapt. So for me, I have to have a full bag of chips. So 15 chips is 2 points. These snack size bags, I've actually gotten them down to when they just nice and close like this. So I didn't even measure these because I know that it's about 15 chips, but I wanna show you. I do this enough to know. I'm gonna dump them out and count. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 chips. So because I counted, I'll take 2 out. 15 chips is there, but pretty close. If I gain weight because I ate 2 extra chips, so be it. You can't think like that for everything, but this is where, you know, for me, I like to save time. I hate tracking. I hate sitting here like measuring things tediously every day. It just is obnoxious to me. And I've been doing Weight Watchers for so long that, you know, that's my life. But if I can help myself, I try to take little shortcuts if I can. So those are my chips, and then I'll pack a bag for today. These chips are so good, I have to measure them out. If I sat here with the bag open, I would eat the whole bag. They're so good. Okay, and these are my chips for today when I'm done with this. So I am food prepped totally for the week. I'm gonna pull out my lunch bag and show you what else I have, just to give you an example. But that was a cook with me video. This is my life. I try to get as much done as I can in the least amount of time. So this is my bag, and I work 3 days in a row. So I have 3 bags, 1, 2, 3. These are the e-bags. I got them off of Amazon. I have a smaller one also that I used to use for my daughter's breast milk. I would pump and put the milk in, and those are great. But this is the big version. It's like you bring a suitcase of food, but anyway, I love it. So this is, I already got my drinks in here and everything. So I drink a Gatorade Zero, Monster, I have a bubbly, and then I bring a cold brew for my afternoon pick-me-up if I need it. I don't drink it every day. I bring a Premier Protein and I leave it at work as an emergency. They're 2 points, or I use it for my cold brew. So those are my drinks. I have my bag of chips for 2 points and my burritos 3, so that's 5 points. I have an apple and a white nectarine. I have a yogurt for mid-morning snack, Dannon, 2 points. A Baby Bell cheese for an afternoon snack. I usually like to eat it with my apple. Cheese and apples go really well, for a point. My banana oatmeal cookie. There is a video on these. They are amazing. 1 point. I usually eat this in the morning with my coffee. And then my egg sandwiches that are 4 points, already good to go from the freezer. So it didn't take me very long today because I pull everything out of the freezer and I dump it all in. And then my mom's chocolate Kodiak cookie for 1 point. Let me grab one. I forgot to grab them out. I'm running low on stuff, so I gotta have a big food prep day here pretty soon. Chocolate Kodiak cookie for 1 point. So let's do the points here. This is all 0. Drinks are 0. I'm not going to count the Premier Protein because those are emergencies. So I have sandwich for 4, yogurt 6, burritos are 3, it's 9, chips are 2, 10, 11, oatmeal cookie is 1, that's 12. Cheese is 1, that's 13. Chocolate cookie for after lunch is 1, so that's 14, and all my fruit is 0. So this is 14 points for my breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and that will get me through until I get home, which I'll usually have a turkey burger, depending on how many points I have left. And everything else is packed in here. So I get 23 points a day. That's 14, and I'd say that's pretty good. All right. I think that is it for today. Let's see, 25 minutes of really me just blabbing in your ear. But I hope you've enjoyed all of this, and shoot me a line, send me a message, say hi, and I would love to hear from all of you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.